So much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Today's episode is titled When Trust Shatters, Navigating the Pain of Betrayal. Hello, I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa.
Welcome to Earrings Off. How you doing, partner?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
I am doing fine, feeling pretty good today. Had some much needed rest. And it's not that I've been doing so much, but I've been getting up earlier than usual, and I'm fading in the evening. So I got to get some rest yesterday. Although I didn't go to sleep until about 1, I still feel pretty good.
What?
Yeah.
You were up to 1, so.
Yeah. I have friends in town.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so we were
Okay.
chatting until
Oh,
about
yeah.
1.
I know how that is. But
Yeah.
that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah. But you doing okay?
I am. I also got some much needed rest last night, and I actually went to bed. I
Yeah.
went to bed early. I was in bed, I guess about 9:30. I'm reading a book with my daughter. I read for about 30 minutes,
Hmm.
and then I fell asleep with the book. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
have to remember where I was in the
Oh,
book.
Teresa, you must be a pretty cool mom
Why
because
you say that?
your daughters like to hang out with you and go to concerts with you and read books with you. That means that you get a gold star. That's good. That's good stuff. So,
Yeah, well, Lou, I guess what I can say about that is it's kind of on their terms.
yeah.
And so it's not really on my terms. It's
Yeah.
when they want to hang out with me, I'm going to always be there. But when I want to hang out with them, they're not ready. They're not
Yeah,
ready.
they're
So,
not ready. So,
no. So the book that we're reading, I would have never chosen.
yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's fun. It's
yeah.
fun, and
You go along with it.
I go along with it because
I know
it's
because it's
time spent with them.
and see that's sort of the way it is with my son. Now, when he wants to talk, he gets into these long conversations. And,
Hmm.
seems like it's not the most opportune time, but no matter
Exactly.
what I'm doing, I talk. And
Yes,
then when I want to talk, he doesn't have time for that. So,
that is
yeah,
exactly how it
yeah,
is. That's
yeah,
how it is. So
yeah.
I treasure those
And
moments.
of
I
course,
welcome those moments.
I think, okay, well, the next time when he wants to talk, I'm going to tell him, well, you don't want to talk when I want to talk. You know what? It's not the best time, but I never do because
I know.
I'm
Lou,
such a fan. I'm a fan of his,
yes.
I'm a mom and I'm a fan. So,
Lou, that's exactly where I am. I have said that because, I have something on my mind to say and I might text or call and I don't get a response. I'm like, what
yeah,
is this?
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to be available the next
Yeah,
time.
exactly. But you always
It
are,
never
right?
happens.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
look at
just
how many times I've been to Georgia this year.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. I was like, Teresa is burning that road up. Yeah,
Oh
but you know
yeah.
what? But
Yeah.
that's the way it is. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
way it is.
that is the way it is.
But
We love them.
but
Can't live. What is the
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Love them, can't live without them. We are
Something.
mom fans, so
That's
that's
right.
it. But anyway, let's talk about today's episode. Today, Teresa, we're gonna dive deep into the things that make us human, the joy, the heartbreak, and everything in between. Because, Teresa, we're going to be talking about betrayal today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's episode is one that really hits close to home for so many people, even myself.
Hmm.
Betrayal is something else. That
Oh,
moment when,
just the word evokes emotions.
yeah, it does.
Emotions.
It
Yeah.
does. You know, that moment when someone you trust, a friend, a partner, even a family member, lets you down in a way that feels like a knife to the soul.
It's so painful.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, been there. But Teresa, because you don't dwell in the gutter like I sometimes do in social media, I know you didn't hear about the CEO of $1 billion company who was at a Coldplay concert. You know how they put folks up on the Jumbotron, the big
Yeah,
screen?
yeah.
Well, he was caught on the big screen with his arms wrapped around the company's HR executive. That would have been fine, except he is married.
Mm,
The HR person, from now, what I understand, I didn't know at first because there were conflicting reports about whether she was married or not. But now I'm hearing that she too was married. And as recently as maybe 5 months ago, she and her husband just bought a new house. When they flashed them on the Jumbotron, they both tried to hide. They looked like kids caught with their hands in the cookie jar, Teresa. He ducked down behind something. She immediately put both hands to her face to hide. I mean, it was so obvious that they were somewhere they shouldn't have been, doing something they shouldn't have been doing. I just see that, I tell you, it was just something to witness. I just want to throw in a personal tip to our audience today, and it's free for anyone who's listening. If you are engaged in something that makes you stoop, I mean literally stoop to the level of a toddler, you might want to think about it a bit more and pull back. I'm just saying, think about it. When I say,
mhm.
Teresa, that my heart fell for his wife, oh my goodness, his family, her husband, and all those affected, it just brought back memories because years ago, I had someone tell me that she found out her husband was having an affair. And what she shared with me, it's just stuck with me years later because she said it wasn't really the physical act of having sex, of that happening, that she couldn't get over. She might have been able to get over that. She said the unforgivable part was when the other woman confronted her and told her intimate details that she had only shared with her husband. The mistress knew intimate details about very personal things. And so she said, after hearing about that, there was just no way the marriage could survive. There was no going back. The trust was gone. That was like the ultimate betrayal. When that happens, you can almost feel it physically, can't you? I mean, betrayal isn't just disappointment. It's the collapse of something you believed was safe. It's like a gut punch of realizing that someone you let into your most vulnerable spaces has used that closeness to hurt you.
Lou, please tell me. I just got to hear it. Please tell me that she whooped her. Oh,
Oh,
oh, we're
okay,
recording.
okay, okay.
We're
Family show.
recording. I'm sorry.
Family
Oh,
show.
girl, that
Yeah.
is awful.
Yeah.
But you're right, Lou. Until you mentioned it to me, I had not heard the story.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. And
Teresa.
what are the odds?
Oh my
What
goodness.
are the odds?
And
And
the Coldplay performer, he said when it happened, he said, oops, he said, they're either having an affair or they're very shy. It was just very obvious,
that's
Teresa.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And what makes betrayal so devastating
Mm.
is the closeness, just like you described with your friend. That
Yeah.
is awful.
Yeah.
Betrayal wouldn't hurt this much if it came from a stranger.
Oh yeah.
When it's a friend who knows your secrets, the
Mm.
partner who
Mm.
who promised to protect your heart, the sibling who said, I got your back. Lou,
Oh,
I mean,
oh, it's
it is,
devastating.
it
Yeah.
is and
Yeah.
can be devastating.
Yeah. You know, they say they got your back, and then their actions show that they don't.
Mm,
So today, we want to sit with that pain event a bit and then gently talk about what comes after betrayal. Because really, there is life after betrayal, because I have to say, I've witnessed it through my friends'
hmm.
triumph and overcoming it. It's hard, it's messy, but it's possible.
It is possible. And today we're going to talk about some specific ways to move forward when someone close to you has broken your trust. But before we get into that, we want to honor what betrayal actually feels like. Because if you're going through it right now, you're not alone.
You are definitely not alone. So let's just say it plainly. Betrayal breaks something inside you. It can feel like grief because, in a way, it really is. Oh my goodness, you're grieving the version of that person you thought you knew. Because,
Mhm.
Teresa, just a personal share here. I've experienced that. And what was so hard was that it wasn't so much what they did, it was the fact that the person that I thought they were, they turned out not to be.
There's that, and it's the grieving over the version of
Oh,
yourself who felt safe with them.
yeah, yeah.
There's anger, sadness, confusion, and even shame. Like, how did I not see this coming?
Hmm.
Or was it my fault?
Yeah, Teresa, that's so true. You start replaying everything, every conversation, every red flag you might have missed, and that loop just becomes torture, and it just keeps playing over and over because you're trying to dissect every action, every word, every encounter to see how could this have happened and you not see it coming.
I know, Lou, but the thing is that we need to know that betrayal says everything about the
Yeah,
betrayer and very little about your worth
yeah,
or about your intelligence, as in, why didn't I see this person for who they really were?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You trust it because you are someone capable of love. Hear this. That's not a weakness. That's a gift. One that got mishandled. One that someone did not treasure, but it's still a gift.
Let's get into it. I mentioned that we were going to cover some ways to get over it, to move forward. There are five of them, actually. So here are five ways to move forward after betrayal. These aren't quick fixes, but they are steady steps back to yourself.
The first one, give yourself permission to feel everything. Don't rush to be okay. Your emotions are valid. Cry, scream, journal, sit in silence. Whatever you need, healing doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from feeling it fully. And Teresa, I shared a recent incident in my family that hurt me deeply. What I had to do was just this, that I didn't want to rush through it. There were family members that wanted me to rush through it because it was
Mm-hmm.
awkward and it was
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable for them. And I
Mm-hmm.
also think because they felt my pain.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I needed to work through it, to be quiet, and to just feel the pain of what I was going through. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Lou, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get with this civil approach to this that you're demonstrating. I mean,
Yeah.
cry, scream, and journal. What about the fight, Lou? That's what I was.
Teresa. Okay. We are not going to be, okay, wait a minute. We're not going to be encouraging people to fight. We're trying to give them tools because really, when you
I
ask why
just,
my girlfriend didn't get physical, she wanted to, but I
yeah.
talked her down from that
Oh, you
because
did.
that, yeah, I
Okay.
did. I did
Okay.
some of my
Okay.
best work on that actually because, folks aren't worth it, Teresa.
Yeah.
They've already
Whew.
demonstrated they're not worth
Whew.
it. Yeah.
Lou, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
so
get
hard.
that Georgia out of you, Teresa.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. So don't let
Hmm.
anyone tell you you're overreacting. You're not, right?
Yeah.
There's no timeline for betrayal recovery. You're allowed to hurt, feel all the feels
Hmm.
for as long as it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you really are. You're grieving. Physically, emotionally, you've got to create some distance.
Yeah. Sometimes we think we need closure from the other person who hurt us, but often the real closure comes from stepping back,
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm.
cutting the energy cord that keeps
Amen.
you tied to that
Amen.
pain.
Amen. Yeah, and that might mean unfollowing, blocking, or simply creating space to breathe. Distance gives you clarity. So if that's what you need to do, and also don't feel like you need to explain why
Yeah.
you unfollowed or blocked. You know?
Hmm.
You don't need to explain that. So, one of the most painful parts of betrayal is how it makes you doubt your own judgment. But healing means learning to trust yourself again, how to rebuild. You have to rebuild self trust.
Start small, honor your boundaries, listen to your gut, keep promises to yourself. You
Hmm.
didn't miss the signs because you were stupid. You loved, and that's never something to be ashamed of.
Never. Mm-mm.
Talk about it, but choose your people carefully. Sharing your story is powerful, but choose listeners who are safe.
Hmm.
People who won't minimize your pain or rush you to fix it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And people who won't be blabbing it all over the place.
Mm.
Even therapy, especially therapy, can be a lifeline here. Sometimes you just need someone to witness your pain without judgment and without interjecting their thoughts into it. Maybe you just need someone to hear you. One big thing is rewriting the narrative. At some point, you get to decide how the story ends,
Mm.
not with bitterness, not with blame, but with growth. You get to decide that you are going to walk forward and heal, that this will not be the end of your story.
That's right. Just reflect. What did you learn about your boundaries, your strength? What parts of yourself are you reclaiming now? You're not broken, you're becoming.
Yes, I love that.
If you're in the middle of this right now, just know the pain will not last forever. You may carry the scar, but it won't define you.
Teresa and I, we're going to go into our Baptist minister role and we are going to declare you
Yeah.
will trust again,
Mhm.
you will feel safe again, but most importantly, you'll learn to trust yourself more deeply than ever before.
So take it slow, be gentle, and keep coming back to yourself. That's where the healing lives. So, to recap, I want to leave you with the 5 steps to move forward after a betrayal. Give yourself permission to feel all the feels. Create distance physically and emotionally. Rebuild self trust. Talk about it, but choose your people carefully and rewrite the boundaries.
Thanks so much for being with us today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. Or just keep it in your pocket for the days when the weight feels too heavy.
We'll be back next week with another heart to heart. Until then, be kind to yourself. You deserve it.
Take good
Take
care.
care.